Dr. Donahue, what was Ahmaud Arbery's cause of death?
It's my opinion that Ahmaud Arbery died of multiple shotgun wounds.
The medical examiner taking the stand today in the trial against the three men accused of the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Important testimony and interesting testimony. Let's take a look.
Now, this particular gunshot wound on the left chest and armpit, was this a lethal shot? Meaning if just being shot alone, would this have caused his death?
This could have caused his death because it involved the axillary artery and axillary vein, which are large blood vessels that go to the upper extremity.
If he'd only been shot here in the upper armpit, is there anything law enforcement or EMS could have done to save his life at the scene?
I don't think so, no.
Did you then formulate an opinion on the sequence of shots?
I did.
All right, tell us what that opinion was.
Well, it was my opinion that the shot to the center of the chest and the grazing gunshot wound to the wrist occurred at the same time, meaning that the hand was in front of the chest and was struck first, and then it entered the body. It was my opinion that the second shot was a complete miss and did not enter any part of the body, and that the third shot involved the left chest and axilla.
At the time, prior to you having the video or the frame-by-frame still shots, what was your opinion about the muzzle to target distance?
That it was about 3 to 4 feet.
And moving forward, did it come to your attention that the state had requested Brian Leopard to do a muzzle to target analysis based on the T-shirt in his field of expertise in firearms?
Yes.
All right. And once he had rendered his opinion, what happened next?
Well, I got an email from Laura Hogue pointing out that Mr. Leopard had rendered an opinion that the gunshot wounds were contact or near contact, and asking me if I would like to take that into consideration in forming my opinion about the range of fire.
And did you decide to do that?
I did.
Having then looked at the video and the frame-by-frame, did you come up with a different opinion based on those things?
Yes.
All right. And we're talking about the torso gunshot wound. What was your revised opinion, having now seen the video, as to the muzzle to target distance for this particular gunshot wound?
20 inches to 3 inches.
What was that? I mean, your expert opinion is that he's 3 to 4 feet away, and then you realize there's a video, and you take a look at the video, and you change it to 3 inches? What? All right, let me bring in Court TV legal correspondent Julie Janae, live in Brunswick, Georgia tonight. I'm just speaking. If I'm the prosecutor and that's my medical examiner and that's the expert I want this jury to rely upon, what just happened? What was that?
He had new information, and he was able to change it from 3 to 4 feet to 20 inches to 3 inches, so much closer in time. He did not have the benefit of the video when he did the autopsy. That was not turned over to him by law enforcement, even though it was in their possession at the time. But the real takeaway, I think, from his testimony was about the order sequence of these shots. He didn't know that before he had the video, but he knew that there was a shot to the hand of Ahmaud Arbery or wrist area, and that same bullet went to his chest, which the prosecution would want this jury to take away that it's possible Ahmaud Arbery was trying to avoid what was coming at him, and the defense rather taking that moment and saying, well, couldn't it have been possible that the gun was being pulled away from Travis McMichael and that shot then hit the wrist and the chest? And I think that was a really important part of the medical examiner's testimony, but even before the video, he didn't know what order these shots would have happened until he was able to review it.
I think this is a slight problem. I think it's a very strong prosecution case, but I don't like a medical examiner changing his opinion after he now sees the video of what actually happened versus his forensic examination. I mean, to me, it's ultimately about credibility. Now, what else? Where are we? And the state rested today, Julia.
The state rested. They called 23 witnesses. It's been 8 days, and they are now done with their evidence. It's as far as whatever they want this jury to know about this case, they know it. They've called all of these witnesses that have ranged from neighbors who lived in the Satilla Shores area, the ones who were the ones calling police on different people, and concerned about Ahmaud Arbery being in that home beforehand. They've gotten in front of a lot of what we would expect the defense to call, but they ended the day today, not only with the medical examiner at the beginning of the day today, but at the end, Agent Richard Dial. He's one of the first people we heard from in this case, and he showed them that video again, the entire chase and also drone video of Ahmaud's path, which I really think left them with the impression of what the prosecution wants them to focus on. This video of what actually happened, a chase, and then the shooting death of Arbery.
Okay, now what I think is the most important question, and I'm going to rely upon you because you are there watching every minute of this trial. Did prosecutors, is there any evidence in front of this jury right now that lays out the defendant's version of what happened? Their stories of self-defense, whether it's Greg McMichael or Travis McMichael. Does this jury have that in front of them through the prosecution case? Did they hear what Travis McMichael did and why he did it?
They have it through cross-examination of these witnesses. I think the defense was able to effectively use the time that they were able to cross-examine just in talking about the medical examiner, where they were asking, could this have happened if there was a struggle over the firearm? And the medical examiner saying, yes, that is a possibility. They have asked certain witnesses, is it possible that this could happen if someone is trying to take the gun away from someone? Or can it happen when someone is fleeing from someone? They've asked this of law enforcement officials who have been on the stand. What if someone is fleeing from you and you have probable cause to stop them, or they are ignoring your verbal commands? So it has not been a neat statement the way the defense would want it to be in front of this jury, but they have bits and pieces of what this defense is, and now the defense has the opportunity to tie it all up for them.
Yeah, they got to sort of cobble it together. So I think prosecutors did a nice job there because they didn't just play the body cam video and let the jury listen to the whole defense without cross-examination. I think that's important and very valuable. So that's a job well done by prosecutors. Julie Janae will speak again.